Twinbreaker, a Sacred Symbols adventure, is such an interesting game. I couldn't tell you the last time I thought about a brick breaker, let alone buy one. I love brick breakers though, and this game made me realise how much I enjoy playing them. Barry at Lilymo Games done a great job in developing this game, and I hope the game sells well. Habroxia, Lilymo's previous game, was a great little romp on my Vita, which I platinumed, and because of Twinbreakers, I'm going back to Habroxia on my PS4 to get the platinum. I'm a big fan of Colin Moriarty and Chris Raygun, and I'm a patron of Colin's Last Stand, so I was eagerly awaiting this game. So much so that me and my friend were constantly checking the PlayStation Store on Tuesday and the early hours on Wednesday waiting for the store to update. Before we jump in, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Now onto the video. This will be a review / trophy journey, so it's something slightly new to the channel. Now let's take a look at Twinbreaker, a Sacred Symbols adventure. Obviously the majority of people that bought this game did so to get 2 trophy lists and hopefully support a decaying Vita. As I said, this game is a brick breaker, but with a twist. You have 2 platforms and sometimes you have 4, and let me tell you, when it gets to 4 platinums the game becomes very hectic, especially when you get the speed up or the double ball power up. Not only do you have up and down movement on both sticks, you also have left right movement, and you need cat-like reflexes to keep more than one ball in play, but when you do you feel like a pro. It also has a story that is written by Colin Moriarty, and it's very Colin. It's filled with plenty of sci-fi jargon, and each level has a codec entry that fleshes out the story. The story itself is pretty interesting, and you can take it or leave it, but I actually did enjoy it. But can we please just take a look at Chris Raygun's face sprite? Colin looks like Colin, but Chris looks like a horse or something. It's like his face is really long, but also really round at the same time, and this could have looked way better than it does. Now the part that we all care about, the trophy list. It's a well-designed trophy list that isn't too difficult, and at most it took me 5 or 6 hours. So you have to do the usual, beat the game, collect all codec entries, while reaching milestones like X amount of power-ups collected and so on. The game has a built-in stat page so you can easily track where you are with certain trophies. It's not really needed in a small game like this, but it's really nice to have. The codec entries are unlocked by getting S ranks in all the levels. This was relatively easy and I got most of them my first time around, but level 23 and 39 gave me the most trouble. Now, when I say trouble, they took me maybe like 10 tries each, so nothing too frustrating. There is one trophy that I find quite weird, and it's called It Only Took a Day. You have to beat the game in 24 hours. I don't really understand where this trophy came from. It's very easy to get, but I didn't think Colin would put a missable trophy in his trophy list. The rest of the trophies you'll get by running through the game. Even ones that might seem a bit annoying, like destroy 80% or more of a stage bricks with one ship, or destroy the same amount of blocks with both ships in a level, just came naturally as I played. The game itself has 40 levels and a few extra modes. Running through the story only takes an hour or 2, and the other modes are good for replayability. The game just feels really good and you have great control of where the ball goes. At the start I was getting a bit frustrated because my accuracy was terrible, but near the end of my playthrough of New Game Plus, my skills have improved drastically. A few levels in my first playthrough annoyed me because there was 1 or 2 bricks that I was trying to hit but didn't have the skill to do so. In the end I was pinpoint accurate with the placement and the game was so much fun. They've done a fantastic job with the progression of difficulty in the game. Every level felt slightly harder than the previous. The second to last level was quite difficult and took me the most attempts of any level in the game. It's a heart-shaped structure and it was very hard to get any consistency in my hits because of the shape. However, after about 10 attempts I S-ranked it and I was on to the final boss. Now this gets me onto the boss fights, and they were pretty easy. None of the bosses were more difficult than the harder levels in the game, but they switched the game up a bit to keep it fresh every 10 levels or so. There is a boss rush mode, but outside of the trophy for playing all modes once, I never played this extensively. With the game completed, I unlocked New Game Plus. It's the same levels and same brick placements, but the bricks take more hits, and with the time limit, some of these levels were hard to S plus rank. At first I thought I needed S plus rank on all the New Game Plus levels to get the platinum, but luckily I didn't. I got the S plus rank in 20 or so levels before I realised it, and the difficulty was ramping up very quickly, and I think I would have struggled to get the S rank on all the New Game Plus levels. I find myself going back to it every day for a few levels here and there, and eventually I will get S plus rank on all the levels. This is one part that I have to give lots of praise to Lilymo Games for. Habroxia and Twinbreaker both have me coming back for more, even after I got the platinum. I hope Lilymo keep making these score attack games, because I think they could really fill the void that Housemarque left. Housemarque have decided to make a battle royale, which has all but been cancelled, so let's hope they go back to making their old games like Resogun. Now on to the worst part of any trophy list, and that is the grind. The part that many trophy hunters, myself included, absolutely dread. And luckily there's feck all grind to be done in this. The only 3 trophies I needed to get at the end were collect 50 gold coins, which I had most of, miss 500 power ups, and max out my health 10 times. So the gold coins and missing the power ups was very simple. You just load up the catcher mode and miss all coins, and within 10 minutes you have the trophy. After wave 6 of this mode, gold coins begin to drop, and once you don't miss any, you'll have this trophy in a matter of minutes. The final trophy before I got the platinum was max out my health 10 times. I only needed to do it 3 more times, so all you had to do was load into a new game plus level because you start with 4 hearts instead of 3, play the game and wait for a heart to drop. All in all, it took me about 4 attempts of level 2 to finish this. After a grueling 6 hours, I finally got the platinum. Overall, it was an enjoyable platinum and I really loved this game. I'm definitely going to platinum it on the Vita over the coming days, but as for now, I only have the PlayStation 4 platinum. I highly recommend anyone to buy this game if they want a brick breaker game or a well-designed score attack game, and of course, if you're a trophy hunter, you have to get it. The game is only $10 or €11, so it's crazy cheap for 2 platinums. I know you can get I Am Mayo or whatever the feck it's called, but this is actually worth playing for the platinums. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe and share it with your friends, and I'll see you all next week.